Everyone's talking about electric cars as the magic solution for a greener future. Zero emissions, silent rides, and the convenience of charging at home. But is it all that it's cracked up to be? Lately, I've been hearing a lot of EV owners talking about a reality that's quite different from the green paradise we imagine. Are electric cars really the perfect solution, or are they hiding some challenges that nobody talks about? It got me wondering, is the promise of a sustainable future turning into a practical nightmare for those who actually use an EV? So, I started doing some research, and I discovered some pretty interesting things. 1. Accelerated depreciation. Is the investment worth it? The first thing that caught my attention was the depreciation of electric cars. They seem to lose value much faster than gasoline cars. Is technology evolving that fast? What happens to older models? It's like buying a top-of-the-line phone and, a year later, there's a more powerful and cheaper model on the market. Does the same logic apply to EVs? After all, who wants to buy a car that's already outdated? 2. The myth of range. Will the battery get me where I need to go? Range is another thing that made me a little apprehensive. Will the battery hold up for a long trip? Does the range declared by manufacturers actually materialize? And what happens when the temperature is really high or really low? Does the range decrease significantly? After all, nobody wants to be stranded in the middle of nowhere waiting for the battery to charge. 3. Charging. A puzzle to solve. Charging infrastructure is another point that worries me. Will I find a fast charging station when I need it? And how does the payment system work? Do I need a different app for each station? The idea of having to wait in long lines to charge my car doesn't appeal to me much, especially when you compare it to the convenience of a simple gasoline fill-up. 4. Recharge time. Patience will be tested. Charging an EV takes much longer than filling up a gas car. That's a fact. Will I have to wait 20 minutes for every 62 miles traveled? What if I need to take a long trip? Won't the wait be a problem? Will I need to reevaluate my lifestyle to adapt to the recharge time? 5. Reliability. Is the technology ready? I was told that electric cars are more reliable because they have fewer moving parts. But, in practice, is that story true? The news I see indicates that batteries, motors, and charging systems often have problems. And when they do, it seems like the repair costs are really high. Is electric car technology really ready for everyday use? 6. The real cost. Is green so affordable? Everyone talks about the price of electricity, which is lower than the price of gas. But does that calculation take all the costs into account? EV insurance is more expensive, tires wear out faster, and the initial investment is high. Is green really that expensive? A green dream, but with real challenges. The truth is, electric cars aren't the perfect solution for a sustainable future. They have their benefits, but they also have their challenges. The problems that EV owners face every day show that the technology still needs to evolve. The dream of a green future is inspiring, but we need to look at electric cars with a critical and realistic eye. You need to be prepared for the challenges, evaluate the pros and cons before you make the choice to swap your tank for a cord. The future of electric cars is promising, but there are still many hurdles to overcome. What do you think?